What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Liquor Talk. We are back. Sorry for the hiatus. Sorry for the wait. I'm your man, Victor. I'm joined by Don and Juggy. I got to talk to them about some things, but guys, I'm sorry for the wait. This has been the longest hiatus from Liquor Talk, but now I can say Liquor Talk starts now. Listen, the
Let's
hiatus
go.
is over. Sorry for the
Let's
wait.
go.
Your boy had COVID. I had to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? It's a monster. I wouldn't wish it on nobody. I wouldn't wish that
Mm-mm.
thing, not even my worst enemy. But I do want to say thank you for everybody for the prayers. Thank you for everybody for the shout outs. Everybody that checked in on me, I want to say thank y'all. And also, I do want to thank my mom because if it weren't for her, I wouldn't have gotten healthy as fast as I did. So, with that being said, look at talk.
Amen.
And it's the guys only round, and we got a great show in store for y'all. And my two guys right here, they've been doing some big things, so I gotta put them on the spot. So let's go and hop in. Let's get this thing started. Don, how you doing today, man?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm trying to get my light and angles and situation together over here. It's bad. Um, but yes, I'm good. How are you doing? Thank you for having me back, guys. Good to see you as always.
Of
It's our
course.
time, man. So talk to the people. And Don started his second podcast, The B Spot, man. Congrats on the starting that podcast.
Thank you.
Big
I'm having it.
change, big
I'm
change
having
before
issues.
time.
I can't see y'all. Like I'm trying to get my shit to stay right.
Man,
Yes.
we're working through the technical difficulties, but tell everybody what The B Spot's all about.
Yeah, the B spot basically. I'll make it a long story short. It's just kind of a peek into the mind of John B, if you will, like musically. Just all my different tastes. I'm super eclectic when it comes to different genres, and I have a unique background that kind of led me to that. You know, playing saxophone and singing in choirs and theater and all these different things. And now I'm doing it in Orlando now. So it's just going to be a weekly guest coming on and just talking about our favorite what's happening in music at the time. It's not going to be anything super current, no juicy gossip, nothing like that. It's all love, all music facts, all stories, all good stuff. So
Man, I
tune
was
in.
your last episode. I was like, damn, I knew you were a fashion head and you were good with the shows, but I'm like, God damn, this man knows some shit about music I didn't even know. So, what can people
Appreciate
do
it.
from listening to the B Spot?
You can listen to the B Spot, just the B Spot podcast. It's on all platforms. Anywhere you get your platforms, Apple, Spotify, all that good stuff. You can follow the B Spot Pat on Instagram and also WXSJ97.3 if you're in the Miami area.
That's
We're on
real.
there also.
That's real. So, why do people need to tune into this podcast?
If you're like a music head, like like I am, or if you're like I'm a music geek, so I don't really care about hearing, who's sleeping with who or who divorced who. I like to know about like the makers of this album. You know what I mean? The inspiration behind this thing. Yeah, like I love digging into like those kind of stories. So it's all about that. So the first episode's about Andrea Tillman, who is the founder of Girls Time, which ended up being Destiny's Child. She's actually a black woman who literally cultivated the Beyonce that we know, but she's been wiped away from history. You Google her, you can't find anything about her at all. But she literally discovered them, put them together, spent her last dime financing them, got them their record deal, and she passed away right before her before they popped in '97. So she never got to see
Wow.
what Beyonce has become, and now her whole essence has been wiped away because certain people owned her label when she passed away that she started and just erased her name and wrote their name in it, and now that's their story. And so Amazon Prime has a documentary about it that's really really good, and it's really really sad. So I just want to I did a whole deep dive on that in the first episode. It's informative, it's inspirational, it's fun. It's not super sad, but it's like something I feel like everybody should know about.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I definitely got to check that out. Juggy, how you doing, man? What's been going on with you, man?
Man, I've been working, started a new venture. For people who don't know, I started BOJ Bowling and on
Yeah.
sort of the beginning path of my bowling career. Right now, I'm in league play, so I have to sort of sharpen my edge a bit, if you will, and getting the requirements to um, be able to, at some point, start participating in tournaments and eventually actually go pro. Hopefully, you'll see me, on ESPN3, right? I think they got the PBA Open Championships actually was earlier today on FS1, but you'll see me on TV with those nice looking shirts at some point, hopefully within the next year. So I'm excited about that, and I had to put BOJ Radio a little bit of a back burner just because of time constraints. Trying to plan the beginning stages of planning a wedding takes a lot of time and effort. So,
Oh yeah.
I'm healthy, blessed. I made it to 2021. We have a new political regime. I'm ready to see and ready to grab life by the horns.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Man, I hope you're not that gonna be that one guy, because I remember one time I was watching bowling. I just happened to there was one show on TV. I just happened to be watching bowling. There was this one guy. He rolled a strike right, and the mic caught him talking to himself like, "Yeah, yeah, I knew it. They hated on me, and I knew it." I'm like, "Okay, dude."
Oh, shit.
People who actually stop to watch, you will find out there's some very, very exciting and interesting characters in the world of bowling.
I bet.
For 15 minutes, you'll be a little bit more captivated than you think. You have to see it in person. Trust me, when you see it in person, it's almost like baseball. People say, I'm not going to sit here and watch baseball on TV, but when you get in person and you hear it, you see it, and you feel the atmosphere, trust me, there's definitely some significant value to that. There's no doubt about it. So,
yes,
I'm looking forward to moving in that direction.
Yes. What can people get from watching you on BOJ Bowling?
So BOJ Bowling is going to have bowling gear, shoes, wristbands, all the equipment, drilling the balls, tips, tricks, how to get a strike. Some of us are good bowlers or think we're good bowlers, but there's some things you can do to tweak your game to become a little bit sharper. And also how you can use bowling to bring together friends and family. Bowling is an excellent way to catch up with friends or family time without spending too much money, unless it's Saturday night prime time on Cosmic Bowling. So we'll be getting into all things bowling. It's a little bit more intensive than people think it is, and I'm happy to show the world something that not everybody's into. Have my own niche.
That's real.
That's awesome.
That's
I love that.
That's real. The last time I went bowling was the night me you met Juggy. That's how long it's been since I've been bowling.
When they had lanes at what was that in? I can't remember what side of town that's called now. They done changed it up.
It was Chowside.
Yeah, I don't even know if that bowling alley is there anymore. It doesn't do so much.
I know they rebuilt that whole area, but I think that bowling alley actually stayed.
Yeah, because their lanes was like very short and small. It was a very unusual bowling alley. I had to do some research on that. But yeah, we got to get back together again. That's always a good time. Get some drinks, have a nice little session, have Don come down. I think we should do that.
Yeah, we shall do that. We'll get Don, get Marco to come on down from Atlanta.
I'm any bowling moment. I love bowling.
Excellent, man.
Yeah, it's been too long since I've been bowling, so yeah. Anyway, I know y'all probably been wondering what's been going on, why there has been no Liquor Talk. Well, yours truly caught COVID. When I tell y'all I wouldn't wish that shit on nobody, I wouldn't wish shit on nobody, man.
Woo, man, we're glad you're still here, bro. I mean,
yeah, scary.
That's what is it? Is it 400,000 now? Is the number of people that have passed away from COVID-related issues?
In Florida, I think.
It's higher now?
I think wasn't that just like Florida's numbers? I feel like it's like over I saw over 1 million people but I don't know if that's globally or if that's just in America, but I've seen over 1 million.
It's probably just in USA because USA is so far behind on getting a grasp on things, and it's ridiculous. But like I said, I wouldn't wish on nobody. I had all the damn symptoms, you know what I'm saying? Everything you could think of, I had it. And they say it happens in 7 to 10 days, man. I found out in like 2 days. So I will say, y'all watch who y'all hang around, one, for real. Because sometimes somebody can say, oh, I got a negative test, but turns out it actually might be a positive. So if you people come from out of town, you definitely need to be checking them like, hey, y'all good? If y'all
For
know
real.
something, y'all need to be
You just
sure.
coughed just now in the camera, and I want you to put your mask on. I'm nervous now. You just coughing.
Man, I'm sniffing on.
I need you to
I'll
mask
sniff
up.
fast. Anyway, I'm on a little vodka and Red Bull. Somebody put me onto this, so I was like, hey, I'm
Vodka
happy.
and Red Bull.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Red Bull vodka. That's fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
Think about that mixture, but okay.
It's good,
Try it.
and the Red Bull kind of keeps you up because the alcohol kind of brings you down, so it's a nice little balance.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice little balance. Now, fellas, I'm gonna get to this. I saw this. Thanks to the K Dish podcast for this one. Shout out to Chandrika. She's closing on 100 episodes. How do you tell somebody nicely that their music is trash?
Ooh, I'm
What
the
do
wrong
y'all
person to ask that to because I don't know how, and I'm really bad at doing that. Actually,
So I actually had a conversation with this about somebody the other day. I think the best way to go about it, if you know somebody's been doing music for 10 years and they are not known in their city, they do not get invited to open up for anybody of note, it may be time to let that go.
Ooh.
Now, I know that people get discovered by chance. So I understand that you might be waiting on that thing, but that's not what I'm addressing. I'm addressing that if you don't have any type of following, like if you do a show, you should have 50 to 100 people show up if you've been in the game for 10 years.
mm-hmm.
You should have a little crowd. You should be able to go to the club and be like, yo, I pulled numbers, here's the proof. And the club be like, you know what? We can do a night for you. If you go to the club and they laugh you out, or you got to pay to have a show there, you might want to reconsider your strategy music-wise. That's all I can say. Can't tell people not to give up because Lord knows a lot of the artists that we see today got there by chance.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely.
but if you don't got no clout in your own city, no type of following in your own city, at this point in time, with all the tools that's available out there, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I have to consider on that one.
Listen, I don't have it. It depends on how much of a friend we are. Because if we go back some years, I'm gonna tell you if a particular song is whack, I'm gonna tell you need to get in the studio and do it again because I know you can do better. But if you're somebody I'm really not really that tight with, I might not even tell you music is trash. I might just not even promote your music, you know. So I'm not even gonna say anything because I don't know you like that, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Man,
but go ahead, Don.
Sorry, I just feel like in my realm, my circle of like influence and people that I work with, I should be a lot more like honest with that. But for me, I just don't like hurting people's feelings. So I always try to find like a solution if it's not good, because I feel like everybody has something, right? So if it's not great, I'll tell people like maybe okay, this is not the right direction, but you want to be in music, maybe you on this side of things, or you know what, the lyrics that are really really good, maybe you were a writer, maybe just the flow was not your thing. Like I always try to find something, just because I'm an artist at heart, so I know how it is when you're real sensitive about your shit. But it's real. But I have been like in I don't know. I was in a situation one time where I had a friend had music that was good. It was all right, but it wasn't the best. And other friends of mine asked to hear this person's music, and I was like, "Oh yeah." It wasn't great, but I had been like thinking it for so long that I didn't even think twice. When I played it for my other friends, they were like, "This is what is this?" And I was just like, "Oh
wow."
So I need to probably go to my friend and be like, "This is not the wave." But I wasn't hyping it up or nothing. But I was also not thinking it was gonna be that bad. But all the reactions were just like, and I was like, "Dang!" So now I feel like obligated to go tell my friend. But
yeah,
I don't like doing that.
That's difficult, man.
Yeah, that is. It's definitely being difficult being the bearer of bad news. That is definitely difficult. I'm with you right there, Don.
Yeah.
Like, I even bring myself to tell some of my friends that, hey, I'm not a big fan of your music. Even the ones that I'm very close to, it's like I still if they go try again and it's still trash, I wouldn't like necessarily go tell them. Yeah, that's kind of tough to bring it to them. So anyway, y'all know what this weekend is, right? Y'all know it's Super Bowl weekend. Yes, yes. For the first time ever, a team is playing at home in their home state in the Super Bowl. And
That's
yes,
crazy to me.
I got my OG Buccaneers gear on. You know what I'm saying? So you know who I'm riding with. So who y'all riding with?
I don't have a stake in either team. I am very happy for Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans. Just the opportunity to play at home again, extremely historic. I don't really have a stake in either team, but I know people going to try to shoot shots at me. I think the young Patrick Mahomes has a couple tricks up his sleeve that TB12 might not be able to keep up with. But hey, it's a Super Bowl. Anything can happen. We'll have to wait and see tomorrow night. It's an epic game. You know, you're talking about what does he got? Tom Brady got.
Tom Brady sitting on 6 rings.
He's sitting on 6 rings, right? If he wins tomorrow, no question, no, you can't deny. No matter what you say, there's no way to deny the legend. No way that he's not the GOAT. No way. Even I have to say.
Listen, I always wondered that about Tom Brady. What would happen if you put him on a team not coached by Bill Belichick? And I'm like, God damn.
Exactly. That's the thing, dude. Like, I'm like, there's so much at stake on this one because, okay, first of all, Tampa Bay, I have no stake in either team either, but obviously my heart is with Tampa because, I got people there, proud of them. It's awesome. When's the last time, if ever, forgive me, that they have been in the Super Bowl? It's been a while, right?
Super Bowl 37. It's been 18 years.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. It's been a minute. So, and to have it at home, that's, it's monumental. But the Tom Brady thing, man, I was never a Tom Brady, I was never wearing the t-shirt. My family's from the Northeast, so they're all Tom Brady stands. They all get the jerseys, whatever. They talk their Patriot shit or whatever. I wasn't mad at him, but I was always just like, yeah, take him out of that, privileged environment, and what can he really do? But my God, I feel like Nachi went to the Super Bowl immediately. I have no choice but to stand at this point. So I would like to see him take it. I would like to see him take that and just, ride off into the sunset. Obviously the young Patrick, he's black, so I want to support him. Yeah. But he's young. He's got, many more ahead of him. It's gonna be what's gonna be. So I'm actually gonna be going for Tom Brady, which I never thought I'd be saying out of my mouth, but he needs it. But I'm just saying, it's just
I know.
It's cool. It's a cool story. It'd be a cool story arc. You know what I mean? Just to kind of capitalize, in his whole thing, like Peyton Manning, kind of
exactly.
Right.
Same thing happened to him.
The fact that the Patriots didn't even make the playoffs this year without Tom Brady, it's like,
yeah.
The conversation.
And for Black History Month, another reason to pull for the Buccaneers, all 4 coordinators are black. The offensive coordinator is black, the defense coordinator is black, the special teams coordinator is black, and they got a black running backs coach. So that's another reason to pull for that. So getting back to that point, what do y'all think of the lack of diversity within the NFL since we're talking about the NFL? It seems like it's hard to get black head coaches hired. Because I thought your Jaguars would probably hire Eric Bieniemy, but they decided to go with Urban Meyer. But I'm like, I don't get it.
It's so funny that you mentioned that because I was actually talking with a good friend of mine. We both follow NFL about a week ago about this. The Jaguars, my team, we had a chance to hire Eric B. from Kansas City. People around the league, extremely well respected, excellent, progressive, up and coming coach. That was my favorite to, be the head coach of Jacksonville or even another team. The owner, I know the owner of Houston, he's been in the news several times about some very derogatory comments about black players. Very slave master like mentality. So, when they shut out, what's the guy's name? Colin Kaepernick, there's a lot of guys in the NFL that could not hold a candle to him. as far as being a quarterback, and they continue to shut him out. And you see a lot of quarterbacks getting traded or getting picked up that just aren't that good. And it extends to the coaching as well. And, you know, I think the turning point will be someday, hopefully one day soon, a group will come together that will try to get a majority stake in a team. And hopefully the head of that group is black. And I think that's when things will start changing. I don't have anything necessarily against a lot of the coaches in the NFL. Most of them work hard to get where they are. But I do think that there's an extreme lack of diversity top down NFL. I mean, majority of the players are black. Majority of the superstars are black at this point in time. Just like the NBA, there's no reason why there shouldn't be at least one black owner and have more black, general managers, coaching staff. I mean, look at Tampa Bay. I mean, they have young black assistant coaches. That's unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
So either team that wins is a win, I guess, from a black perspective for tomorrow. So it's that old blood in the NFL as far as ownership, man. That's a tough nut to crack. Those are billionaires.
Yes.
So a lot of weight politically, with Fortune 500 companies and sponsorships. That's a lot of money and a lot of people's livelihood. So we'll have to continue pressing. We got to continue to press on and push for more diversity. That's all we can do.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
It's sad that we're in 2021 talking about this, but we just gonna have to keep pressing on, and all the athletes out there just keep pressing on, and everybody just keep pressing on. We're gonna see some change eventually, but you know what I'm saying, it's gonna happen. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Look and Talk. The more look you drink, the better this podcast sounds. So go ahead and pour it up if you haven't done so already, because we get back to crank it up some more. You know what I'm saying, fellas? Y'all know next week is Valentine's Day, right?
Don't mind. I was just playing.
Tell me how you really feel, Dougie.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. I think you get to a point where, from a married man's perspective, you actually start to look forward to it. Once you get to a certain place, you look for opportunities to spend with your significant other because you get so busy with just life and responsibilities and jobs and projects, keeping up with both sides of the family, et cetera, that you actually look for opportunities to, do that. So I know that there's a ton of single people out there, and especially from last year with like the whole COVID thing and people being lonely. I know we talked about that a few different times. But they have they have a lot of events now for single people. Like stuff like that, right? Like different Facebook events and different like clubs and stuff. Like will have like special openings, like Valentine's Day and what do you call that? The little mixers, like little dating events and stuff. So I mean, as long as it's COVID safe, people wearing their mask, man, get out there. You never know. If you don't put yourself out there, I always say this every episode, man. I reiterate, if you're in a healthy place mentally, you got to put yourself out there. People are not going to find you sitting on the couch. I know there's online dating, but you got to put yourself, as long as it's COVID safe, you got to, put yourself out there. You never know who you're going to meet.
That's real.
Got to, man. It takes effort. You want to find love, you got to work for it. It doesn't just come and somebody gives it to you. You got to work for it.
Yes, you definitely have to work for it. And also, we can't overhype Valentine's Day because you should be showing love all 365 days out the year, you know what I'm saying? You should be getting them gifts and flowers and chocolates all 365 days out the year, not just this one special day, you know what I'm saying? Because there's some people out there that will act like it's the end of the world if they don't get something on Valentine's Day. I'm like, it's just one freaking day. Like, somebody can't get you something like that. So many people, they value that a little too soon. But now, ladies, fellas like to be spoiled too on Valentine's Day. So, fellas, what should the ladies get their man for Valentine's Day? What y'all think?
Don, what you think, bro?
What you think, Don?
So, what would you like for Valentine's Day?
That's a good question because
Ain't nobody over here. I'm not on nobody's list to get no gifts. It's gonna be me, myself, and I. It's gonna be me, Ben, and Jerry on
Oh man,
Valentine's
no,
Day.
it's gonna be me, a bottle, and maybe some Ben and Jerry's too. I'm right there with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't. But you the married man, Juggy. What would you tell your wife to get you for Valentine's Day? Because we need to get these women to understand that men like to be spoiled too. Men are prizes as well. We need to be spoiled as well.
I think just to like a pleasant surprise. At this point, I'm married, so my wife, she knows what I like. So, she gets me like, I don't know, like a card, a gift card or something in there, or surprises me with like something romantic, like a bear or something. I like sentimental stuff, surprisingly. That stuff goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a gifts is one of my love languages, so just getting me something with a thoughtful note, I'm good, man. You know, so because we're in a great space, so just getting something at this point is fine. Like, my birthday stuff like that. I'm expecting, a little bit of something, something, something. But for Valentine's Day, just getting something that's good enough for me, honestly. Every guy's different now. Now some guys, it gets to another stage, like you have kids, what I'm saying, you have the big house on the hill, you have a right to, want some substantial gifts, but not quite there yet. So for now, just a nice card with a little bit of something in there. Maybe a little, Amazon gift card or something. You know, that's enough for me. Not too much.
I agree with that. I like what you said about the love language thing. I think my love language, my number one was gift giving, and I think
Okay.
people think that that's like a materialistic thing, but it's the same thing for me. It's just the fact you gave me a gift. You know what I mean? Like I most of the gifts I don't remember a lot of times. It's like the fact that I got one. I'm like, oh, I won't even. You know what I mean? I'm so taken aback by that. But I will remember if I didn't get a gift or a card or something thoughtful like that
Yeah.
will stick up to me. Not because again, it's not the material. It's just like, oh, you thought to do this. Like I think about stuff like that. Like I'm like, oh, I'm always sending cards and getting people stuff. Like I just feel like it's nice to show people that you're thinking about them. But I'm not expecting a car or a pony out back. Just give me a card. It can just sign the bottom of it. You know what I mean? Like I'm with
Yeah.
that. So I feel that too.
I agree with
Yeah,
both
I
of
like
y'all.
moments.
Listen. Yeah. I agree with the both of y'all. I don't think you should break the bank for me on Valentine's Day because the fact that you got something, the fact that you thought enough for me to get something for me is good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some women out here that they don't even get they man anything, and they man out here breaking the bank and working 40 hours to put on a romantic night for them, and they can't even get nothing. So the fact that you got me something, that'll be good enough for me. Now, fellas, we're gonna get a little messy for a minute because these people are out here. What do you get your side person for Valentine's Day? Do they get anything? Did the side person get anything for Valentine's Day? What y'all think?
I
No.
can't answer that question because I'm not participating.
I know you faithful, man. I know you Mr. Faithful over there. I know you faithful.
You hush over there.
Yeah, we don't need you giving yourself up. You know what I'm saying?
Turn your camera off on this section of the conversation.
What you think, Don? Should the side person get for Valentine's Day?
The answer is no. I feel like there's unwritten rules to this side game. You knew what you signed up for, and Valentine's Day is like the Super Bowl of relationshipy type shit. And if I'm getting you something, are you the side person? Or are you the main person? Like, you know what this is. I have been on both sides, so I've never been like, what you gonna give me for Valentine's Day? It's time, maybe a text, like what you asked, what we agreed to in the contract. Yeah, I think that people set themselves up for failure a lot of times because you be waiting you got a situationship and you're just like, oh, Valentine's is coming up, so we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna cook my chicken Alfredo, and we're gonna have this cute ass day, and then the day goes by the whole time. You get a text at midnight saying sup, you're gonna be in your feelings because you didn't get what you wanted. And I think people just hype up Valentine's Day. Like it's on social media, it's movies, it's holidays. Like we're human. Like I say, I joke about the Ben and Jerry's thing, but it is kind of, you sitting at home scroll to Instagram. It's sad. It's just like, dang, I wish I was doing that. But it's all up in here. It's not like really that serious. So yeah, if you are on the side, don't play yourself. Wait till the next day. Y'all can hang out the 13th or the 15th, but the 14th.
Is it like a real thing going around on like social media and stuff like that, where people are getting?
What's that?
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. I didn't even cut you off. I thought you was done. Go ahead. My bad.
Oh no, I was done. I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, we didn't hear what you asked.
So is this whole side piece thing, is that like a real thing that people are getting this side piece or expecting gifts from people, from their whoever they're?
Some side pieces are being bold about it and expecting things, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's up with them. But leave it to me to be the sentimental one. Now, you ain't gonna get the romantic dinner or nothing like that. You're not gonna get the whole romantic shebang. You might get a box of chocolates or something, you know what I'm saying? And you might get it the day after, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, you're the side person. You knew what you signed up for, you know what I'm saying? You might get something, you know what I'm saying? Just because I appreciate your time and I appreciate you knowing you playing your role and you playing your part. So, hey, I'm gonna show some love to you, but you ain't gonna get the whole shebang. You ain't gonna get the meat cookie dinner and candlelight dinner. You'll get something, you know.
I mean, the thing about side pieces is, isn't that like expensive? Like you gotta divest your resources on the side and have your main. Like that's a lot of work, man. It is a lot of work, but if you know how to budget and you know what the cheap shit is, you can make it work. I know guys our men, I guess, have been doing that for a long time, but man, I'm trying to figure out maybe I don't even want to try to rationalize it, but yeah, man, it's a very interesting seeing people's lives being blown up because they didn't receive something on Valentine's Day, even when they know.
Now that part I don't agree with. The whole lives being blown up because you didn't receive something on Valentine's Day. You don't know what's going on with somebody, because just because you don't receive something on Valentine's Day, there are 364 other days in the year where you could receive something. And people fail to realize that. But you know what it is? People want to just keep up with everybody on social media. That's what it is, if I'm being honest.
I mean, at the end of the day, people make decisions. And for better or worse, people have side pieces and everything. I wouldn't recommend it personally. I can't handle that level of drama. Taking care of my wife and loving on my wife is more than enough responsibility. So you start adding in 1, 2, 3 other individuals, it's a recipe for disaster long term. I mean, look at Will and Jada, right? Like, they're the consummate Hollywood couple, and she had what did you call it? An entanglement. And Will looked like somebody shot an arrow, not Cupid's arrow either, like a poison arrow right through his soul when she said that. I don't know.
I don't know. Part of me feels like he knows, but it's like because I heard that they were both in an open relationship. So I think Will had his people, but I don't think nobody ever came out. So I don't know that whole mess, but I think the whole mess was the fact that it got out. So I don't know.
I agree. I mean, I think some people depend on your moral values and your faith belief system. Perhaps, you have, like, I know in some countries across the world, men have multiple wives, which is a little bit different than having a side piece, obviously. But, in America, a lot of people have side pieces, but they don't have a lot of
money.
I don't know, man. Who am I?
I know, man. I'm saying the same thing. I definitely agree with you. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is, man.
It is what it is. We're gonna ride out. We're gonna wait. Don gonna hop back on whenever. You know what I'm saying? So I was a shout out to another podcast. Shout out to the ladies of the Naturally Unbothered podcast, a very sexual podcast. You know, heard them on a couple episodes of Liquor Talk, so I do give them a shout out. They hit 100 episodes, so congrats to them. You know what I'm saying? Big congrats, because any podcast hitting 100 episodes, that's big. You know what I'm saying? But they mentioned something about a gift bag. All right, there he is. About time, Don. You know what I'm saying? You're back in time for this. So I gotta tell y'all this story I pulled from the Natural Unbothered podcast. I'm gonna get y'all thoughts. So a woman goes to a man's house. They have a one night stand, and as she's leaving, she's given a gift bag. And inside the gift bag is $40, a pre-rolled, already roll up of weed, and a sandwich, and some chips, and a bottle of water. A sandwich on white bread at that, according to the girl. What do y'all think of that? Niggas out here giving out gift bags for one night stands. What do y'all think of that?
Isn't that a full chill session? Oh, we can't hear you.
Don, turn your mic on.
My bad.
No, we can't hear you.
No, I was
Don,
like,
did you hear that?
yeah. I think it's genius.
So you think it's genius to like just have the bag on, and it turns out he had the bags
I
already.
feel like if you do a good job, and you know the services that were agreed upon were provided, I feel like it's polite to like send you off a little something. You hungry? You know what I mean? Like, I like to, you know, I at least try and provide a little sandwich, a little meal sometimes. If it depends on who it is. You know, some people get the Ubers outside. But most people, you know, I made some hamburger help. Were you hungry? Like, yeah, I think it's polite. Like, have y'all? Depending on who it is and how well of a job that was done. Like, have you seen the game? The TV show, The Game.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all watch The Game?
Yeah.
On
I
BET?
know what it is. Yes.
It was Malik. Malik,
Yeah.
he was the quarterback, and he used to have like the groupie girls all the time. And there was an episode where like the girl woke up, and TT, his assistant, was like shaking her awake, and Malik's still asleep. And he wakes the girl up, and he's like, "All right, you'll be getting the B package. So here's a toothbrush, a fresh pair of panties, it was like a whole like list of things, and your cat was outside." And she's like, "What do you mean? I'm chilling." And he was like, "Nope, here's your package. You can go ahead and go." And she's like trying to wake him up, and he's just like, they're like carrying her out, like security's carrying her out. Remember that?
Oh my god!
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Jay, what do you think if you were
I aspire to a life like that.
I mean, if I'm thinking back to like my college days where I was out there and stuff like that, like, you know, $40 a pre-roll, a sandwich, and
That
some
right
chips.
there is enough.
Shoot.
And
Bro,
Look,
you can buy you a vape or something with that too, bro. Hey, if you put in work,
clearly I need to
But
love
see,
myself more
here's the
because the
thing,
pre-roll
though.
was enough for me.
She wasn't impressed with that, so she took to Instagram about it. I'm like, you gonna take Instagram for that, man?
See, here's the thing. You hear all the time about, you know, guys being broke and he don't care about me and there's no thought process. Well, you come over, you do your due, a guy give you a package. When you leave, a lot of times the dudes just be like, yo, you gotta get the F out. Like,
Yeah.
you done here. He took time to pre-roll for you? Shoot,
Like I said,
$40?
it was a pre-roll for me.
Yeah, it was definitely the pre-roll and the money. It's like,
hey, you can pay your Netflix bill with that. Let's go.
you can pay your Netflix, you can pay your HBO Max with that, man. Come on now.
You can knock out a few services, Disney Plus.
And all your media services, $40. You should be able to take care of it with that. So I mean,
And
look,
shit, if you drove a long way, you could just put the gas in, put the $40 in your tank.
see, when I was in college,
I don't see a problem. I feel like I didn't mean to cut you off, but I feel like I was gonna say my old college. I feel like the bare minimum for somebody you fucking with, but you're not with, they're coming over and doing the service.
Yeah.
If you ain't got gas money, I got you on the gas. You coming over to help me out, so I got you on the gas.
Right.
If you're hungry and I
Here's
happen
what
to
I
have
would
food
do.
left over, you can have something to eat and drink or whatever. I think it's just polite, but go ahead.
Yeah. Listen.
So think
Go
about
ahead.
it from this perspective. You get a package like that, right? You don't tell everybody about that. You say thank you, and that's going to help you perform even better the next time.
Hello.
It's good for both of y'all.
Hello.
You're not telling everybody what you got because you don't want to mess up a good thing. See, I wouldn't have posted that online. I would have been like, "Oh my goodness,
Never.
I get this."
Never.
Think about this. You just had a good time. Then you get to go home, okay? And you get to light up. If you don't have a lighter, you can use the $40. Go get you a nice little lighter. Bro,
Man.
you just, hey, look, man. To me,
And you got
that's
a sandwich. You got food too. You good to go.
Man, you fumbled the bag. It's like you fumbling the bag by telling everybody this. I'm like, goddamn.
I would have kept that
She
on
playing
the
herself.
DL so I could continue to receive my blessings.
I would have shut the hell up and been like, hey, when next time you need me, you know what I'm saying? Shit.
See, that's what's wrong with these kids these days. The social media generation. Everybody got to post everything.
You can't post everything, man.
You cannot.
You got to post. There's like certain things that you post online, right? You have fun, you know, you have family events stuff. But it's people that post every single thing, every part of their life. They have a fight, it's online. They break up, it's online. They mad, it's online. I'm not gonna say I didn't used to do that, but as you get older, you just like the what you post, when you post, how you post. You gotta man. People be ruining their own.
Yes.
Yes. Bless it.
I wish I was around when I was out there back in the day. That'd be nice, man. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
package, my guy.
Man, listen, a pack. Man, send me home with a package because the most I did when I was in college, I remember one chick stayed over. I got up, I really like this. I made her some pancakes, you know what I'm saying? That's probably the most I done did so far. But anybody else, it's like I really didn't do none of that because I just really wasn't feeling it. But if I really like you, I'm gonna go all out for you. I'm gonna cook you some breakfast, or I'm gonna take you out for breakfast. You know what I'm saying? Or hell, we'll go out for brunch or something. You know. But if y'all had a pack, let's say y'all did. If y'all did that, what would be in it? If y'all would have put something together for somebody as a thank you for your services package, what would y'all do?
See, me, I'm the type of person that would probably cook, and drop you off, type of deal. That's probably what I would do.
Agreed.
I probably wouldn't be a pre-roll type of person, but I would make sure that you had a nice plate, like those little hole-in-the-wall plates where they stuff the to-go box real good for you, and a nice little canned drink. I definitely, hook you up, get you a nice little Haitian plate, with some pickles, some dirigeon, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some chicken. I hook you up, you know what I mean, with a little plate. Make sure that you're good going back to the house. So, like, hey, whoever the dude is that came up with that, man, hey, that's a good. Now it's got to be for the right person. Now,
agreed. Yes, gotta be for the right person. I think this dude was doing it for just people he would randomly smash, though. It's like, but if it's just a random one night stand, I don't know about that. But if it's somebody with some potential, you're gonna take care of them. But Don, what you think?
I feel like I've done this, just not as concise as this guy's doing it. I wish I would have had an outline and a layout for mine. But I said, if it's like somebody in my I call it my little black book, if you will, coming through, like I'm gonna at least at very minimum have the party favors. So we're gonna have something to drink, smoke, whatever. I cook. I'm Southern, so we're gonna eat something. Like, so I'm gonna eat regardless. So like a meal, and I'll give you a ride, or at least send the car for you. I think that's like the bare minimum of like politeness when you're like dealing with someone on that level. I have been in situations where I have dealt with people, and it's just been this is a quick transaction clearly, and I will see you when I see you. Probably never again. But yeah, I feel like with somebody that you like you care about, you're not with them, but obviously if you're spending that time more than once, it's somebody you trust, And so yeah, let's make it a comfortable environment for everybody. Send you off comfortable. I want you to come back and have a great time again, but you got to know what the boundary is with that too. You can't do too much. Now, Victor, I can appreciate cooking breakfast because I've cooked breakfast too. Taking going to brunch and all that, like. That's a different level. You real nice.
See, listen,
I will hit you with that Snoop Dogg real quick. What do you say? Taking bitches out to eat, spending money on these hoes.
Yes, sir. You listen. I ain't never taken nobody.
What song was that? That's old school Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, that is definitely old school Snoop Dogg. Now I ain't never taken nobody to brunch or nothing, but I did cook one time though. But look, what I would do is it's levels to this shit. I'm gonna be real with you. If I really like you, yeah, I'm gonna cook you some breakfast. But if I could afford it and I could just send you on your way, I would definitely put a little package together, put some money in there, and put a couple shots of liquor in there too. You know what I'm saying? Now, I might get you a little miniatures and some orange juice so you can make your own mimosa, and you might get the sandwich in there too. So you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if I have the funds to go ahead and do it, I'll slide you a couple of dollars for gas. You know what I'm saying? Or get you a ride, or give you a ride, or get you a ride. You know what I'm saying? So.
This house is the Four Seasons.
Oh my gosh.
You're getting mimosas, you're getting brunch, you're getting a valet.
Hey, that's a good time right there.
You heard it here first, y'all.
Like I said, but it's levels to this shit, you know what I'm saying? It's
That's
like,
true.
if I really feel like we got something, I'm going to go all out for you. But if I feel like this is just a one-night stand, I don't know about all that. Now, you might get the ride home, but I don't know about all that,
I feel you.
Your
It's like I
performance
said,
determines your package. Your performance determines your package.
Hello.
Hey, A, B, C, or D.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want
The choice is yours at the end of the day.
It's either gold, it's either platinum, gold, or silver, or bronze. You know what I'm saying?
The choice is yours.
Colloidal silver.
The choice is definitely yours, ladies and gentlemen. The more liquor you drink, the better sound. So you might want to go ahead and pull it up for this the main topic. I know we had minute 47. Now we hit the main topic of the night. You know what I'm saying? Which is, why do people think certain things are gay? Like, if a man does something, it's gay. If a man goes to brunch, it's gay. If a man drinks tea, it's gay. What do y'all think of this? Because I'm like, what the fuck can a man do? I'm like, what the hell y'all want us to do?
Look at that.
God, man, look at Don.
Like, bruh.
Y'all listening to the podcast, y'all should see Don over here just rolling up like he ready for this one because.
Hey, look. I know what you're talking about because I seen a screenshot of the Twitter post the other day where a homie said, if you wash your butt around your butthole, you gay.
What the Are you serious? I want to be clean.
Listen.
It's gay to want to be clean?
That's your people. These are y'all's people.
Look, I was so floored up. Like, wait, time out. Number one, you walking out here not washing your taint because you think that that's gay?
Smell like gym socks.
If a woman walks up on you and she can smell that shit on you.
Imagine you about to get some bomb head. Bomb.
And you,
And she pulls them down and
you just hit it with that bomb, that pipe bomb.
Boom.
Bro,
we laughing, but people really think this way.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about it.
We had a lot of retweets, and I was just like, this is what, and y'all tell me if I'm off the hinges. This is what make you gay. If you have sexual intercourse with another man right?
Bring it on, Juggy.
And
Bring it
it's
home.
consensual, that's gay,
Come on, somebody.
right? If you clean yourself or if you take selfies, oh, you can't take selfies, that's gay.
You can't drink tea. That's gay. You can't go to brunch.
Man,
That's
I'm
gay.
just-
Man,
look,
if you-
I just,
Sounds
I
like
just,
some very repressed, struggling people.
right. And so what we got to deal with is this hyper masculine culture where you got to be so uptight, you got to be so rough and I'm a man like Hulk Hogan. It's just it's toxic. I mean, there's no other way to call it, in my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, guys, you know, not smiling and you know, they don't dance, they don't show emotions. You know, we can clearly see that this stuff is not healthy, literally.
Yeah.
Like, not expressing yourself, you will explode at some point, and I guarantee you it will be at the wrong place and at the wrong time, and you won't know how to deal. Like, bad, let's say, God forbid, somebody dies, right? You always keep everything in, so now somebody gonna ask you how you doing at work. I don't give a why you fucking bother me, and they gonna look at you like, yo, all I ask, you know, how you doing? Like, and it happens all the time. I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole, you know, thing where guys are posting stuff on Twitter and other social media, this makes you gay, this makes you gay. Now, there's sometimes where you can do certain activities that you could consider suspicious. That's one thing. But to say you gay if you do certain things, I thought we were past this. I really did.
Yeah.
I thought we were past this whole, you know, if you cry in front of your girl, you know, you got to break up with her now. That makes you gay, and I don't know, man. I've seen all kinds of stuff where this makes you gay, this makes you gay. Y'all tell me, am I wrong? Am I off here? Like, I know I don't know everything about all this stuff because I'm not out there like that. But what do y'all think?
I haven't heard a lie yet. I think that, you know, I was thinking of the whole time you were saying that was that Damon Dash interview where, you know, a real man doesn't work for other men. A real man doesn't eat tacos. A real man doesn't, you know, walk into the bubblegum at the same time. Like, all that dumb shit he was spewing on there. It was really funny, and it gave me a lot of great memes, and I appreciate it. But it really it's scary because I know a lot of Damon Dashes. Like, I know a lot of niggas that think that way and idolize that kind of thinking. And it's like, at what point do you get past that? That's really kind of crazy. And I don't know if y'all heard the story about the man that shot his doctor when he got his exam. His prostate exam. Do you hear about that story?
What?
Doctor?
Y'all.
What?
I don't want to get too graphic.
Get graphic.
On my podcast. But
no,
a man in Atlanta was getting a prostate exam. And you know, prostates, when they got to go up in there,
right,
and check your prostate.
Right.
Just to give a quick synopsis without getting too nasty, the prostate, that area, it stimulates things for men, basically.
Sure.
That's what creates, you know.
Yeah.
Your juice.
Yeah, we got
so when it's touched, sometimes again, he felt like that was some guy. He was having some kind of gay act, I guess. So that was some kind of gay, like whatever. He freaked out on the doctor. Turned around, shot the doctor in the chest twice. The doctor lived, but like he shot the man and said that he was like that was, he never had that happen before, and that was like the doctor was like abusing him or something. Like he thought it was like a sexual thing, and it was like just because he reacted that way. And it's like that's just the ignorance of how you do. You know what I mean? Like, my nigga, you probably have prostate. I'm not saying that, wishing that, but like you're getting checked because you might have something to get checked for. But it's like you only want to get checked for that,
Right.
and because you think it's a gay act, and then you shoot this man, and now you in jail. Like it's like it's I don't know. It's funny, but it's not, because it's like this kind of thinking. You do something stupid like that, and now you're in jail, like for God knows how. I mean, when I die, it would be the rest of your life. But like I don't know. I didn't even take that turn with it because that was a lot. But that's what
No, you good.
I'm saying.
You good. You
Like
good. You good.
people think that way.
So
I gotta see y'all the link. I got a link. I'll put it in the chat that we have.
So here's the
It was
thing.
over the summer.
Here's the thing about this story, right? How sad is this? I know for black men, you absolutely, when you turn the big 40, you must get your prostate checked. Like it's mandatory.
Yeah.
And I know
Yeah.
because I go to my doctor, and he told me when I asked him about it, he was like, listen, if you catch it early, it's like a 98% cure rate. Simple.
Yeah.
You gotta do your treatment, but it's not 100% guaranteed, but almost every time when you catch it early, you get it out of the way, get that done. It's not like they're hurting you. So it's like the fact that number one, you don't know your own biology. Number two, the hypermasculinity almost killed somebody doing a medical procedure.
Literally.
Because the doctor could get sued for, this isn't, the Brazzers porn set, like the doctor has a responsibility to do things by the book. And
exactly.
That was the last thing in his mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
yes, he said Brazzers.
It's just really like
that's taking you back.
That's really sad, man. And especially in Atlanta too, like Atlanta already has the stigma. So it's just
I think that's why he shot the doctor, honestly, because Atlanta has that stigma of men being gay. But that is sad that a doctor just doing his job just gets shot because you're insecure about yourself, you know what I'm saying? And you're not comfortable in the skin you in, you know what I'm saying? And you're not comfortable with your sexuality and yourself as a man, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I say this now, but it's like, if you gotta do what you gotta do what you gotta do to make sure I'm healthy, you know what I'm saying? That's not no shoot somebody in the head. It ain't like the doctor was trying to turn you on, you know what I'm saying? He's just doing his job to make sure you're healthy, and you want to shoot him because of this stigma. That is definitely some bullshit.
It is. And let me just add something to that too for the black men that are listening, because even hearing this story, there's still gonna be some ignorance out there that's like, oh, ain't no man gonna be touching on me. A prostate exam is not like you are going on, a wine and dinner date with the fucking doctor and he's, banging you out at the end of it. It's literally a finger for less than 2 or 3 seconds. Like it's checks to make sure you're healthy. We got Bozeman, rest in peace. He was 35 when he got diagnosed. And you know what I mean? Like they say 40, but it's earlier and earlier. Like you just never know. And you just have to, that's all. Get checked. Don't be ridiculous about it. It's not about that.
Yes,
but I just want to throw it in there. It's important. It's really important.
Do not be ridiculous about it. Please get checked, you know what I'm saying? Because your health is important, you know what I'm saying? Too many of us are dying at young ages because, you know what I'm saying, we're not getting checked, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad.
I'm 33 and I just had to go. I had surgery just in November because I went and got my check. That was my second one I ever got, and they found something. And they had to go in and take something out. Like if I wouldn't have gotten checked, I wouldn't have known, and who knows what I would have turned into. Like I'm 33, you know what I mean? Like that could be anybody. So it's important to go get it checked out. Like thank God it was nothing, but I'm glad I was there.
Thank God it was nothing. But also, fellas, it's just we gotta change this because this shit is just not healthy. And then, what do y'all think of the women that be like, "Oh, if a man do this, I think he gay." You know what I'm saying? If a man drinks tea, what do y'all think of the women chiming in? I'm like, ladies, if y'all don't shut the fuck up, what is wrong with y'all?
And that's the collateral damage again of that hypermasculinity is when you teach your daughters and the women in the community who don't know any better. Now you got them thinking that. So if a man is trying to express himself or, he says, I need to go get a pedicure because my feet hurt or anything that's considered feminine. Now you have the women saying, oh, well, he must be gay or secretly gay because he did all these things. And those things just don't make you gay. I mean, we have to sit down just from our education system, from a cultural standpoint, we do need some paradigm shifts. I mean, even within the Black community,
yes, we do.
We have a lot of things that we need to work on within our community. This is one of them. We need to have some community education sessions with some, we got to get some black doctors, some nurse practitioners. There's some basic things. For some reason, we're falling through the cracks with knowing, like I said earlier, the technical definition of a man or even a woman being gay is if you have sexual intercourse or committed sexual act consensual with somebody else of the same sex. Outside of that, that's just not, gay. It's just, I don't know, man. I mean, it must be a lot of stuff that I'm missing. Like, I know I'm fairly young. I missed that whole generation. So
yeah, I missed that generation too. It's like, what were you about to say, Don?
No, I'm just saying it's sad, like the lives that people that the prisons that we put ourselves in. You know what I mean? Like the way you don't want to express yourself because for fear of somebody thinking this about you. When it's like there's so much more fun to be had in the world, so many more things that could just be easier for us. But it's just like the things that we just held on to and put, the blocks we built up for ourselves. It's like it's not even that serious for most of it. But I do want to just real quick say about like I don't want to blame like the whole aspect of like the hypermasculinity thing. I'm not gonna be like women having anything to do with that, but I do think women are the gatekeepers to like initiating the change of those conversations because women they got the gift, they got, you know what I mean? I hate to say it like that, but they make the world go round. So they're gonna do the men are gonna do what their women are gonna say. You know what I mean? And I think that once the women really get that power, it's those kind of conversations because like. I really think that it's cyclical, right? So you have women being raised by dads that, are hypermasculine and ain't shit, and they don't know what to look for in a good dude. So they repeat the same kind of bullshit. They repeat these narratives like, oh, this is gay, that's gay. I want this kind of man. He got to do this. He has to, there's a truck over his head. You know what I mean? All these different things. And now they're shorthanded, but they don't know what a real one is. So I feel like it takes us educating, like, women on what they should be looking for, and then they'll know what they want, and then they'll start requiring more. You know what I mean? And guys are gonna bend to it because they're gonna want to go.
Yes.
They're gonna go to where the pussy is. I hate to say it like that, but that's what I'm saying. I think that once we like make more of an effort to show women what a real man is, then they can actually, know what to look for, and they can control the conversation. But I feel like as long as men are the ones controlling the conversation, and there's nobody holding anybody accountable.
Yes, and also we need mature women to go ahead and take the lead on this because we don't need the women that be on social media if a man is expressing himself, oh, you're passive aggressive, you're this or you're that. Now, I don't need those kind of women that want to bash men, that want to express themselves about what they experienced and the heartbreak that was caused by a toxic woman that ain't you. You know what I'm saying? We need mature women that wanna help men out here that want to get better. You know what I'm saying? Because there are women out there, you know what I'm saying, that want to see black men get better, that really do have our backs. You know what I'm saying? Instead of the ones that are on social media that just sit there being toxic or just laughing at it, be like, oh, I laughed at this. I'm like, how the fuck is a man getting his heart broken laughed at, but when you got your heart broken, oh, it's niggas ain't this and niggas ain't that. You know what I'm saying? It is 2021. We need to change the stigma. And fellas, if you want to go have brunch, go have brunch. Just don't pay $10 for it. Yeah, and yes, and that is a shot at a business that I went to. It's like, you charge me $10 for brunch because I'm a man? Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, what happened?
Yeah, there's a spot in Jacksonville. I'm not going to say the name, but they really charged $10 for me being a man just for brunch. I'm like, if y'all don't get the fuck out of here. But the only reason why I paid is because somebody I was with, they were just hell-bent on going. I was like, you know what? Okay, fine. But I was pissed about it. I'm like, $10 for brunch when all these nice-ass brunch spots that are out here ain't charged me a dime to come have brunch, you know what I'm saying? And then the brunch was trash.
Was this like the Million Woman March on like Washington? Where were you having brunch at? Like, or was it like
I'll tell you how we
only?
done before, it wasn't a nice spot we went to for my birthday, but I'll tell y'all after. I'm not gonna give their name away, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be nice to them and not give their name away, but are you serious? You want to charge me $10 because I'm a man? Get the fuck out of here. And all you promoters listening to this, if you gonna charge a man $10 for brunch because he's a man, that's a bad way to lose business right there. Because a real man won't say no.
At least let the brunch be fire if you're gonna do that. Like it's got to be on point.
Hello. Let the brunch be fire. Let the brunch be amazing. Let it be the best brunch I've ever had. And you better be charging everybody for that. But to charge me $10 because I'm a man?
That's wild.
I don't get it, man.
I don't get it either. It's like, if it's $10 for a club, I understand, because you know how clubs do. All the women in free until a certain time, you know what I'm saying? And guys got to pay it. That I understand. But for fucking brunch, when I can go somewhere else, you know what I'm saying, to another part of town and get brunch and not be charged for it, get the fuck out of here.
Wow. That is crazy.
Listen, all in all, ladies and gentlemen, fellas, do what the fuck makes you happy. Fuck all these people that be saying, if this is gay and that's gay, you know what I'm saying? Fuck all that shit. If it makes you happy, do it. Fuck what they gotta say.
I agree with that 100%. Because
Anyway.
anybody else can make your own only you can create your own happiness at the end of the day, man. I agree with that 100%.
Listen, all right, fellas, y'all got any free game for the people, you know what I'm saying? Anything y'all want to give advice on? Anything y'all want to speak on? What's free game this week, y'all? Anything y'all want to give advice on?
Be open-minded and do your research. When you research, make sure it's from a valid source. If you're taking advice from a YouTube doctor, that's probably not a good source. You want to read something from an actual doctor or nurse in the medical field when it comes to health. All of us, especially Black people, need therapy. We all need somebody to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
All of us. I need someone to talk to. Don needs somebody to talk to. Vic needs somebody to talk to. Especially after last year. Especially.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And the things that we experienced at the very beginning of this year. We all need somebody to talk to. Be open-minded and be willing to have a teachable spirit. Sometimes I think that I got something down pat. I have to humble myself and realize that I don't have all the answers. And that ends up helping me out, because it's like, if you have a doctor, that doctor spent 15, almost 20 years studying medicine. Even when they become a doctor, what do they tell you? We gonna try this out and see if it works. Now, this is the expert. So if the doctor is still saying, we don't know for sure if this is gonna work, then if you're just a regular person, how much more so should you not be open-minded? Let people tell you things. Go back and research it and decide what's good for you. Don't just, I'm not going to participate. That's wrong. No, everybody's entitled to their opinion. That's fine. But your opinion can be wrong. Just don't get up in arms about somebody having a different opinion from you. Do please take the time to do the research. It makes it so much easier for everybody involved. Please. That's it. I'm off my soapbox.
Agreed. That's really good. That is definitely
I agree. That
really
was good.
You know, we need to definitely investigate before we just go off on something. Don, what's your free game?
It's funny. Mine is like very similar to that same like sentiment. Because mine was just about just listening to people. When you're talking to people, when you're listening to understand, when you're talking to people, I think that we're in the age where everybody has a voice and everybody has an opinion and so much to say. And I certainly, got a lot to say. I have 2 podcasts, so I'm always talking. But I think you have to realize that everybody's voice is equally important. Nobody's voice is more important than yours. And just because you feel a certain way just because we don't agree on a certain point doesn't make either one of us wrong. We're talking from our own perspectives, right? Now, there are things that are right and wrong, but if we're debating about something, it's like, I'm coming from this way, you're coming from that way, and I can hear you, and I can acknowledge that you feel this way. It doesn't mean I have to be agreeing or co-signing, and it also doesn't mean that I have to bash you for it. I think that that's how you learn from people, and it's just been on my heart recently, and I had a podcast recording this morning, and we were talking about like not a heated topic, but it was like a deep conversation just about like, leaving our legacies and all these things in career and all this stuff. And the way I explained the situation, he was like, "Oh man, Don, I gotta interrupt you right there. That's the first time I ever disagreed with you. I think it's this, and this." And I heard exactly what he said, and when I heard it back, I was like, "Oh, I know, I see how we thought that." And so what I said was, "Well, let me run it back. Now I see why you said that. I used the wrong word. The word I meant to use was this, and here's why." And so after I explained it, he was just like, "Dang!" He was like, "Man, you see what we just did right there? That's communication." He was like, "You know how much people get solved? They just stopped and just like, hey, say that one more time. What I'm hearing you say is this. You know what I mean? Okay, I heard that. What I was saying, you know what I mean? I think people just hear one thing, they hear what they want to hear, and run with it. And there's no really effective change. I think you just want to get your point across and get it out and leave it at that. But it's like if you're talking to a wall or people that only think the way you think, that's not going to change anything. So just be open to hearing things, open-minded, like you said. Just everybody has a point. You don't have to agree with it, but everybody deserves the respect of having their voice just heard and written down, noted. I heard you. I feel you. I got you. You good. That's all.
That's real. That's real. That is real said. Now, my free game is this. People, do not support a Black-owned business just because you're Black. Support them for the product or service they offer. Support them because they are on their game, you know what I'm saying? If they're not on their game and their product ain't quality, you don't have to support them. No, hold them accountable and make their product better. Don't just support a Black-owned business because they're Black. And Black-owned business owners, don't look for Black people to support you just because they're Black. No, look for support because you have a quality product and a service offer. Don ain't out here being like, support my podcast because I'm Black. Junkie ain't out here support me because I'm Black. No, support us because we have quality products. So listen, if you have a quality product, support it. Let your product sell itself. Don't use the color of your skin to sell your product. You know what I'm saying? And I totally agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody else mentioned that. Are we obligated? No, we're not obligated to support nobody because we're Black. You know what I'm saying? No. We support products that are worth supporting. So that's the game.
That's good.
Oh, go ahead, Don.
No, I said, so that's good, Vic. That's good.
Just a little caveat to add to that. I would say for most Black-owned businesses, I'm a big Black business supporter myself. I always support at least one Black business a week. I would say, especially when they're first starting out, I would say to have a little bit of patience because a lot of Black-owned businesses don't have the funding that a lot of big businesses that we go to.
That's no problem because you gotta. It's like
after they've been around for a while, definitely like, hey, you know, if I wait 2.5 hours for some food, that's not good customer service.
Okay, so that part I agree with.
Yeah. So have a little bit of patience at the beginning. If they brand new, have a little patience. Let them, build themselves up. Let them gain some experience. But definitely want to uphold quality products because it's going to make it better for everybody involved. I do agree with that.
Now listen, that was a Black-owned business that I had to wait for some hours to sue, but me and my homie, a friend, I was sitting right in the front. They were being conversational. They were being friendly about it. They were being cool about it. You know what I'm saying? That's not, if you being friendly, you're being conversational, and you were like, hey, I'm sorry for your wait. Here's a drink or something. If you're being friendly about it, that's not a problem. But if you're just not really saying anything to me, you're not communicating or nothing like that, that's when it's a problem. That's. It's like I understand the way, you know what I'm saying? I understand we gotta have patience because they're just getting started, and that part I get, but if you're not communicating, if you're not making me feel welcome, and you're not being friendly about it, I understand. So because a lot of Black-owned businesses, I hate to say this, but some of them, they don't really make you feel welcome. They're not really going out their way to really help you, you know what I'm saying? But I go to FAMU Homecoming or to the Florida Classic, and you got all kind of vendors just welcoming you, like, hey, come to my stand, they're so welcoming, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like we need to keep that same energy,
I agree.
I totally agree.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in to the return of Liquor Talk and Don and Juggy. Thank y'all for rocking with me for another guys only round, you know what I'm saying? Now, where can the people contact y'all at?
For me, it is at BOJ Bowling on Instagram. I'm also now on TikTok. Y'all be patient because I'm learning the TikTok game.
Hey.
When you know it, teach me.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, teach me too.
I'm working on getting some new equipment as well to improve the quality thereof. But yes, on Instagram at BOJ Bowling, TikTok at BOJ Bowling. That is where I am at now.
Don, where can the people find you at, man?
I am at the Don B. That is THEE Don D-O in the way it sounds, B on all platforms. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The B Spot Pod is on all platforms, like I said earlier. Also on Instagram, so you can follow that. Check me out for updates. And also the Independent Dream Factory, at the Independent Dream Factory on Instagram. Follow that page and keep up with what we're doing with the events and all the stuff we got going forward with that. So, yeah, as always, thank you for having me.
It's not a problem, man. I definitely appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'm going to try to make it Orlando some of them events, man. And also, I'm going to look forward.
We haven't had very many because of what's going on, so we got time. Like,
I know we're in a pandemic. You know what I'm saying? But fuck it. Like I said, once I know when the events are, I'm definitely going to try to slide. And also, whenever you're ready to have me on the B Spot, let me know, you know what I'm saying? And also, let me ready to have me on Off Black, you know what I'm saying?
I would love to have both of you guys on the B Spot. Y'all heard? I'm saying it live on the air. Like, I would love to have both of y'all on. I have a lot of fun topics that we could do. Like,
do it.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Let's do it. Anyway,
it's done.
Y'all already know you can find me on Instagram, Real V Jones, if you want the personal, or if you want the business, it's Liquor Talk Podcast. Twitter is Real V Jones. Facebook is Victor Jones. TikTok coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Once I figure this shit out, you know what I'm saying?
I'm too old for TikTok. I don't know how to do it. I can't work it.
Just think of it as an easier version of Instagram. It's once you start learning how to use it, it is you get the views stack up quick. Trust me.
All right. I'm going to trust you on that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the return of Liquor Talk. Thank you to my fellas for another Guys Only round. We're going to bring it back to you in March, you know what I'm saying? We're going to run it back in March, ladies and gentlemen. But until next time, get ready for more liquor. Go ahead and pull it up, you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for joining us. Go ahead and rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all of the above, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and check us out on YouTube as well. We got more big shit popping, little shit stopping, nothing. If the Bucks win or lose, I'm still a Bucks fan, you know what I'm saying? Until next time, we out this thing. Deuces, everybody.